this clip was incredibly perplexing to me. Dana Perino on Fox News, and she's supposed to be one of their more sane and grounded voices, had a thought about a potential presidential candidate for the Democratic Party. I guarantee you that you're not going to see who she floated coming, because it is so damn stupid.
Etc.
Oh, everyone thought, that President Bush was stupid. It was a ridiculous notion. And the other thing is about Bill Maher. Where you can trace it back to one particular moment, I think, on the campaign trail that led to the Trump supporters feeling very much like they could all band together, and that was when Hillary Clinton called them a basket of deplorables. And you could imagine what was happening in progressive cloakrooms all across the country and in the bars, that they were saying, yeah, exactly, she nailed it. And then they realized their mistake, and they've been trying to make up for it in a way ever since. It'll be interesting to see if Bill Maher is recruited to run for the presidency, actually, because it's only somebody like that. The last thing I would say is that we grow up and we learn about the importance of forgiveness and grace. And there's also the great American tradition of this melting pot that we have with lots of ideas. We need to return to that in some way, in a big way, right away.
I agree. And Dagan, though, I've heard some.
Everyone agrees, because this is the thing, is that this is a response to when Bill Maher, once again on his program, who, by the way, when's the last time Bill Maher was relevant to anybody on the left? It was, 2006? He recently, or to Democrats, he recently said that he was just lecturing the left, saying the far left thinks they're superior and they look down on everybody else. And that's why someone like Dana Perino was like, this speaks to me and he should definitely be a presidential candidate. That's why he shouldn't be a presidential candidate for Democrats, because it speaks to you.
Yeah, I just want to plug a Left Reckoning video, Communism, Christopher Hitchens versus Bill Maher and Dennis Prager, in which Bill Maher, this is 2000, says that the Vietnam War was worthwhile. It was worthwhile to kill, have all those people killed, because it won us the Cold War in the late 80s. Reagan wouldn't have been able to say, tear down that wall if we didn't invade Vietnam, or we could have invaded somebody else, but we needed to invade somebody and have a whole bunch of massless death. He's a psychopath, and I mean, he might run for president. And the Democrats.
I mean, he didn't get in trouble for that one, but didn't he get in trouble for saying that the terrorists weren't cowards who flew into 9/11?
Yeah, that was a semi. He said, he said
that was a good point. He made a good point, and he lost the show for it. That's how you know. That's how you know not to make a good point again.
It's not cowardice, right? Exactly. It's something else. It's fundamentalism, but.
I mean, and he's this kind of atheist, and when I was becoming an atheist as a teenager, I watched Religulous, and even then I was like, this guy's one of the smuggest people ever, and he treats people with such contempt. And you unpack it, and I remember that viral clip with Ben Affleck, who was on his show, and he wasn't doing a great job trying to counteract Maher's Islamophobia, but he was right in his outrage about it, was because Bill Maher is this kind of guy who really has a lot of right-wing tendencies, including that, despite being an atheist, he is insanely Islamophobic, and that's the kind of thing that he's super pro-Israel, because despite not believing in God, yeah, but some religions are a little more sane than others. Some religions I can understand, and so he is a right winger at this point in his career trajectory, and that's why it appeals to someone like Dana Perino. And then there's the added layer of these likely incredibly wealthy Fox hosts just sitting remotely, by the way, talking about how they feel about different presidential candidates. And they just see this as a huge game where a TV host like Bill Maher, let's just throw him out there and he'll run for president.
Also, they're all secretly godless, so they're not offended by Bill Maher's religulous stuff, as they probably should be if they were honest about it.
Well, it's the same thing with Trump, right? I mean, he doesn't care, but they have to appeal to those kinds of people.